Hey man, so I'm a vegan activist and I just wanted to see if you've got a few minutes to talk about animal rights, you know, like what animals are used for and abused for, like food, clothing, entertainment and all that kind of stuff. Do you have a few minutes?
Listen man, I've already heard all the vegan arguments and I know how to debunk all of them. I'm actually an animal abuse, not animal abuse, a meat-eating activist, so I know how to respond to all of the vegan arguments. Just want to make you aware of that.
Oh, okay, I've never heard of an animal abuse activist before, but I'm curious to hear your responses. Are you ready?
Sure, let's hear the vegan cult propaganda.
Cool, so I just want to start with asking, how do you justify paying for animals to be bred into a miserable existence only to be killed at about a quarter of their lifespan for human convenience?
Well, hold on, how do you know that these animals don't want to be subject to exploitation and murder? Like, did you get their consent to not subjugate them and confine them and exploit them and murder them?
Wait, I guess I haven't got consent, but...
Exactly, like vegans don't care about consent. And just a side note, have you ever tried bacon?
Well, yeah, of course I have. Like, I wasn't always vegan, you know, but I choose not to support bacon because it means that pigs get gassed to death, and I find that kind of problematic.
Okay, so why are you trying to ask me to justify paying for animals to be murdered when you know how good bacon is? Like, I'm sure that pigs don't want to be gassed and all these things and, don't want to be killed, but I'm also certain of the fact that the pleasure that you and I derive from consuming bacon surely morally outweighs the suffering and death that a pig has to go through in order for us to get our bacon. Does that make sense?
Okay, but what about the pig who doesn't feel good?
Our pleasure should matter more than their suffering.
Oh my God, I never thought about it like that. So I should be going through life just seeking pleasure and not caring about the suffering that it causes to others?
Exactly.
Dude, this is my first time encountering an animal abuse activist, and just, wow, your arguments are actually really convincing.
It's just logic, dude.
Please give me more of your logic. I want to convert from a vegan activist to an animal abuse activist right now.
Oh, I got you, man. So here's another really good one. It's really deep. If God didn't want animals to be eaten for food, why did he make them taste so good?
Wow, I was actually just in an argument about the guy Jeffrey Dahmer, you know, the serial killer who ended up eating all of his victims. Like, do you think this argument could also be applied to him? Like, if God didn't want his victims to be eaten by him, then why did God make them taste so good?
Exactly, dude. Like, you're a really quick learner. So basically, serial killing in combination with cannibalism is morally justified when you think about the fact like God made humans taste good.
Please give me more logic. I need more of this.
Okay, I got you. So you know how in the dairy industry, in order for us to get milk, mother cows have to be separated from their young, and dairy cows have to be perpetually, forcibly, artificially inseminated for us to, have them producing milk in the first place. You know how that stuff happens, and also how the cows and the mother cows actually end up being killed for beef once they no longer are producing milk at a cost-effective rate? You know how that happens? Oh, and do you also know how when we do these things, we're actually like commodifying their entire existence?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, you do think that is awful though, right? I don't think any child wants to be separated from their mother at birth and...
Cheese.
Huh?
Like if baby calves don't get stolen from their mother, I don't get my cheese.
Oh my God. How could I forget that if we don't steal babies away from their mothers at birth, you don't get your cheese?
Exactly, dude. Like, not to be rude, but it was kind of offensive for you to forget the victim in the situation, me. Like, I want cheese. If we don't do all these horrible things to cows, I don't get my cheese. Like, I'm the victim here.
Dude, I'm so sorry. Like, I actually don't know what to say for myself right now.
Dude, just say sorry. It's cool.
Honestly, I'm so sorry. I'll never forget about you, the real victim, who misses out on your cheese if we don't forcibly impregnate these mothers, take their babies away from them and kill them. There's something else that is bothering me a little bit though.
Dude, I'm all ears.
When we're drinking milk from a cow, aren't we breastfeeding from another mammal?
Yes, that's exactly what we're doing. What's the issue?
Like, we should have stopped breastfeeding as children, shouldn't we? Seems a bit messed up that we're breastfeeding from a cow.
Dude, are you serious? I am so offended right now. Are you trying to tell me that the way I live is f***ed up? This is my way of living, dude.
Hey man, I didn't mean to...
Dude, I don't want to explain this again, but I'll try. There's me, okay? A human being. I like pleasure. Then there's a cow that suffers and dies as a result of me wanting pleasure. My pleasure matters more than the cow's suffering. Do you understand what I'm saying, dude? Meat makes me happy. Eggs make me happy. Milk makes me happy. So I will breastfeed from and abuse as many animals as I want because this is the way that I want to live and it makes me feel good. Do you understand?
Okay, I get it. I'm so sorry for offending you again. I was basically oppressing your oppressive views, but now I see that your oppressive views aren't actually oppressive, and in fact, animal abuse is completely justified and logical.
Okay, good. So now let's talk about how inconsistent vegans are. They care so much about all these animals, but cause all this suffering and death to these plants.
Well, wait though, vegans don't value life, they value sentient life.
Well, why?
Because vegans want to reduce suffering and non-sentient beings like plants don't suffer.
Yeah, but they're still alive. Like, that should be enough to allow them to live, right? Like, if you were alive, you'd want to live. You'd have a concept of wanting to live, right?
Sorry man, just 1 second, gotta be, you know how it is in today's world. Gotta make sure we're staying sanitized, right?
See, dude, right now, you're literally enacting mass genocide on your hands. So all those innocent and cute little microscopic bacteria on your hands. You're an absolute monster, dude.
Oh my God, the bacteria. I didn't even think about them. You're so right. How selfish of me. First, I don't think about the pleasure that you gain from bacon at the cost of pigs being gassed and then killed in a slaughterhouse. Then, I didn't consider that if we don't systematically exploit the bodies of cows, you don't get the pleasure from your cheese. And now, I'm not even considering the well-being of the bacteria on my hands and how they suffer without being able to suffer at the hands of my hand sanitizer. Sorry, give me a second, I'm just gonna...
Are you actually serious right now, dude?
What?
Dude, you literally just killed innocent bacteria again by sneezing and wiping your nose. You just told me that you understood that using hand sanitizer was mass genocide, and then moments later you decide to sneeze, wipe your nose, and mass genocide all this bacteria on your nose. Is this a joke to you, dude, or what?
Oh my God, I've been living a lie this whole time. I feel so dumb, man.
Yes, dude, you are discriminating against all these innocent little life forms that are not sentient. You're basically Hitler every time you use hand sanitizer and every time you sneeze. What is wrong with you, man? Being a truly woke, non-discriminatory person means abusing all beings equally, okay? Not just plants and bacteria, but also animals. Abuse everybody, and then you're woke. Do not discriminate.
Man, you're so woke, and it's blowing my mind.
Dude, I'm just a really smart guy. Like, a lot of vegans haven't heard these arguments, but now that you have, I want to let you know that it isn't too late to start supporting the animal holocaust again. Like, just go for it, man. Like, just go all in.
No, you're totally right, man. I'm really sorry. I'm still stuck on the cheese and bacon thing. Like, how rude and inconsiderate of me to value the well-being of pigs and cows over the short-term pleasure that you gain from eating cheese and bacon.
Listen, dude, people's values can be so out of whack. This is why I'm an animal abuse activist. I want to keep the peace and help people non-discriminately abuse all beings, while I also, fight for people to stop using hand sanitizer and sneezing. I'm just a really good guy, man. Like, we should abuse everyone. Also, dude, there are so many issues going on right now. 2020 has been a hell of a year. There's so many human issues like, racism in America. So why are you talking about animals? Like, are you a racist?
Well, I'm not a racist, and I do also care about human issues. Do you think it's impossible to care about both human rights and animal rights issues at the same time?
Of course it's impossible, dude. How can somebody possibly simultaneously object to both human and animal suffering? Like, are you serious, dude? This goes against the laws of physics. How can somebody have both of those positions at once? It's either one or the other. You're either anti-speciesism or anti-racism. That's it. This is just science.
All right, man. You're so right. I can't believe I thought it was possible to care about both human rights and animal rights issues at the same time. I was so delusional. So I think I'm about 90% convinced that I should become an animal abuse activist, but there's just one more thing I need to ask you about.
Sure, dude. I could debunk literally every vegan argument. Go for it.
All right, so chickens in the wild lay 12 eggs a year, but we've messed with their bodies so much that they're now laying upwards of 30 and sometimes as many as 300 in a year. This completely fucks up their bodies and it's just horrible. Like, what do you say about that?
I think it's perfect, dude.
Perfect? What do you mean?
More eggs for me, man. Like, me. Are you now starting to understand where I'm coming from with these arguments?
Oh, right. So you're looking at the issue that chickens die young because they lay 25 times more eggs than they should in the wild from the perspective of you and how it benefits you.
Right.
So you're just being selfless and putting others first.
Exactly, man. Like, I'm just a really good guy, and purchasing bacon and meat and all these other kinds of meat and dairy and eggs and honey, whatever, bee vomit, whatever, all these things, buying all of these products is just a very selfless act. I'm looking out for myself. Now, listen, dude, tell me, after hearing all of my amazing arguments, are you still a vegan activist who cares about preserving the rights of animals, like making them free from commodification, being stabbed in the throat for food, all these things? Like, Are you still on board with that insane ideology and cult-like ideology?
No, dude, I'm actually gonna head to a steakhouse after this and start being just as selfless as you are. I'm gonna go pay for some cows to be abused and have their lives taken so that I can enjoy eating their bodies. You've really shown me how I should be living and how I should be putting my well-being before the cruelty and abuse of any other being on the planet. You've really shown me how I should be living with nobody else's well-being in mind but my own. From today, I'm an animal abuse activist.
Hell yeah, dude. Vegans, stop using hand sanitizer and stop sneezing. Hey, what is up, guys? So that is the end of the video. If you haven't heard of David Rams, please subscribe to him. His link is in the bio. We both had a lot of fun making this parody, and we'll probably make some more in the future. And also, he has some parodies on his channel, so go check him out. Please comment, like, and subscribe. If you support my work and want to support me on Patreon, the link is below. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.
Dude, even vegans don't get your weird, stupid wannabe sense of irony here. Who is your audience? Nobody gets these dumb jokes. Dude, even vegans don't get your weird, stupid